Hello and welcome to Aspire Australia's 6-part video series on how to nominate a 482 worker. Over the past year or two, there has been an immense amount of change in the employment visa sector, and this has led to a lot of confusion for companies and businesses who want to nominate skilled workers within their businesses. Our aim with this 6-part video series is to provide you with the information required to allow you to proceed successfully with a 482 nomination, to demystify some of the terms and to give you some concrete examples and checklists that you can follow to obtain a successful outcome. In this, our first video, we'll cover step 1, lists and caveats. Whom can you sponsor? The Australian government allows businesses to bring international workers to Australia to work in their business, but there are limitations. And the first limitation is that the occupation must appear on one of the available lists. For the 482 visa, there are 3 lists: the MLT SSL, the medium and long-term skills shortage list, the STSOL, the short-term skilled occupation list, and the ROL, the regional occupation list. Each of these lists have different attributes. For the MLT SSL, it allows an employer to nominate a worker for a period of 4 years. And the employer may also transition that worker to employer nomination scheme permanent residence, which means that you have a pathway to keep your worker permanently. Compare this to the STSOL occupations, where an employer can only nominate for a period of 2 years. Even though this is renewable twice for a total of 6 years, there is no access to permanent residence. So if you were nominating an occupation on the STSOL, you would need to be aware that you have a maximum of 6 years available for that worker. The ROL is an additional list available for regional employers. Regional includes or excludes Sydney, Newcastle and Wollongong, Brisbane and the Gold Coast, Melbourne and Perth. The rest of Australia is considered regional. So your first step is to consult the occupation lists. The links to these lists is provided in the bonus download for this video, so please check the email that you received. Read through the list and identify which occupations appear to align with the position that you have available. The next step is to then ensure that you have a clear position description for your role. The position description should include what the 3 main responsibilities are and what the main 6 to 10 specific tasks are for that position. What are the reporting conditions, upwards and downwards? Once you have that position description available, then you will be able to compare your position against the government's standard occupational descriptions, which are found in a publication called ANSCO. ANSCO is an occupation dictionary for all occupations that exist in Australia and New Zealand. And it will provide, as the example here, a descriptor of the occupation. It will also provide generic tasks that are undertaken in that occupation. So with your position description in hand, you should check against the ANSCO tasks to see whether they align. The Department of Home Affairs would expect that at least the top 5 tasks in ANSCO are undertaken in your position. If you find that the position does not match, then go back to the list and check for alternative occupations. Once you have identified your occupation for the position you have available, check the list again, as a caveat may apply. This is a further limitation on occupations that can be sponsored for the 482 visa. There are caveats on the attributes of the business, for example, the number of employees within a business. So for example, caveat 21 indicates that the business should have at least 5 employees. There are also caveats on the turnover. So caveat 19, for example, indicates that the business should have a minimum turnover of $1 million. If your business does not meet these thresholds, then you will not be able to proceed with the nomination. There are also caveats in relation to the specific position. For example, the salary, and in this example, caveat 2 has a minimum of $65,000. A caveat in relation to experience, caveat 1 has requires a minimum of 2 years work experience. In terms of the work environment, caveat 8 requires chefs or cooks not to be working in a limited service restaurant, but only in full service restaurants. And there are caveats in relation to the duties. So in this example, caveat 12, for a massage therapist, the task should not involve provision of non-medical relaxation massage. So again, check the relevant occupation list to see if there are any caveats and see if your business can meet those requirements. In summary, the first step to nominate a worker is to determine if the position you have available aligns with one of the occupations available for 482 sponsorship. Write and review your position description so that it is clear. Read the occupation lists and identify any possible occupations that appear to align with your position. Check the ANSCO dictionary online to read the tasks and see if they align with your position. If they do, go back to the list and check if any caveats apply. Does your business meet the requirements of those caveats, or does your position meet those requirements? Then, having narrowed it down, you have now identified the relevant occupation. Business owners and HR managers have many challenges when it comes to nominating workers for 482. We recognise this. We've found that the most common challenges are that you don't know what you don't know. And number 2, keeping up to date with changes can be difficult. But don't worry, we've got you covered. As a bonus for joining us on this 6-part video series, we'd like to offer you a free 20-minute discovery call with myself as founder and chief dreamweaver at Aspire Australia. If you have a position that you would like to nominate but don't know which occupation it aligns with, if you've got an application under process that you have questions about, or if you want to find out if your candidate is eligible, then take advantage of this free 20-minute call with me and we'll solve some of those questions together. The link is available in the email that you received, so please feel free to click on the link and book in your time. I look forward to talking to you then. So that's the end of video 1. I look forward to speaking with you again on video 2. Thank you.